You are now watching the 2023 season of Farming with Duffy Ag.
Welcome back to the channel. Previously we plowed all that, had wheel bearing failure, a few struggles, but we kept kicking along. When you are up on top of that, seems like there's so much more. I plowed over half of it, but from down here it looks like it's only a little bit. Hillsides are, yeah, pretty wild. So alrighty, we got to disc that. We got some more to disc, and then we'll be caught up on discing. Yeah, we are catching up. So we got to disc what we did there, disc some out back, disc that. Hopefully we have a good day, but we will see. Got to take the 75/20 off the plows. We're done plowing till after we take some grass off. So all my rented ground is not getting plowed. That's why I feel like I'm in a better place. We're just gonna hit it with the disc and run with it. As we know from previously, it's got a lot of ledge, and that would be less than ideal to try to plow through. So neighbor, they mowed late, and now they're out there raking. Everybody's getting right after it. So alrighty, let's get the 75/20 running and get going. This pad's awfully handy, so parking equipment on it. We'll drop the plows, take the flag off. Yeah, it's nice when it's not parked on the mud or it's out of the way, stuff like that. And you're not fighting with it all the time. Previously, when I picked these up, I said I'll probably got to switch these discs out. They're actually in great shape. So yeah, other than the ones that we bent getting them off the trailer or whatnot, and I mean the blades, not the discs. So we still got some longevity. We still got some lifetime left on that. Alrighty, checking everything over. Everything looks good. Just finishing up. I got like 2 passes left down here. So doing a good job, really good job. This morning I actually had to weld a few places, nothing too crazy, just small little, they've been cracked for a little bit. Greased everything. So we got this to finish up. I got a little bit out back and then the lower half of that field there. So neighbor and farm just rolled in and baled up what they mowed last night. That upper piece looks more like alfalfa, and they're letting that sit, but prone round baler, decent. So they're dairy, organic dairy. Yeah, we're climbing. Need some weight for this. Inner wheel weights would probably give this girl a little bit more traction and some new tires, but yeah. If the discs were 24 foot all around, then I think we'll pull a little bit better. We are in more mountain ground, so the elevation change from down there to up here is quite a bit, and then you see all the rolling. It's quite some scenery. I really do love that. Grass is jumping. It's a good day, but it's windy. Otherwise I would have got the drone out. So that's all disced. That field back there is disced. We got a little bit in the corner here that I did last night, the bottom of that, and then we'll be all caught up. We're gonna put fertilizer on disc it one more pass, which works perfect because everything needs one more pass just to smooth it out, because when we're combining, we're gonna have our ground speed up. So that might give you an idea of where we're at. But this lower pasture, a couple weeks and we'll have beefers in there, and we'll be feeding out of this, probably feed some of the corn silage out. So we gotta get this cut off. I did not fertilize any of the grass. If I did, it probably would be further ahead. But I'm using what's there, and then we'll put fertilizer on what stays grass, and before we put corn in. So it'll make some feed, not a ton of feed, but yeah. And they've been running around making bales. They actually got an R model. They got 2 R models, I think. Another 6420 or something. Staying right after it. So from what the previous farmers have said, this is going to be a wet spot no matter what. They said they messed with the tile and couldn't figure it out. So what we got to do is, at some point when we got some time, mess with it. But it will not be now then. I figured a tile line was broken or something, but they said, oh, it must be plugged down somewhere because it always backs up there, and it always has. Well, they said you just farm around it, farm through it, do what you can. So things are looking good here. We'll get it all worked up. They're finishing up raking, and then they'll bale it, load it, and they do everything into tube wrappers, I believe, for round bales. This is ground that we worked yesterday. So it does plow or disc nicer when you just worked it, but we had to get ahead at some point. So they were baling next door here, and I jumped out, went and talked to them for a while. They dairy 200 cows, organic, have a good market. The land that's out back that runs into the neighbor property, the only access point is through my property. And I said, are you going to run that? I'm going to leave the pathway, or I don't want to neglect it. He goes, usually whoever's running this the property that I got runs that section. So we just picked up some more ground there. He did say he'd keep an eye out if he's maxed out on what he wants to run. If he comes across any ground so that I could grow. This year we bit off enough that we should just run with it. But he did say that he built the storage and he would be interested in me moving some manure for him. So feeding some tankers off the field. So good connection. We'll have to stop in at some point, see their place. Well, I'll finish up this, and then I'll have everything disced that's been plowed. And we are done with this one. Looking good. So this will all get fertilizer, disc, planted. We'll be in a good place. So this field here is not going to yield what I think it should at all. But the ones up on the hill, as Paul, the neighbor, was saying, neighbor and farmer, he used to farm some of this ground. He said that will grow some good alfalfa up there. So he said the stuff down here has just been not worked, neglected. We'll get it worked out. It is Friday. We've got a bunch of ground worked. I got about 1/3 of the ground that I'm going to plant all worked up. That means probably another 2/3 here after we take grass off. Yeah, there's a lot more ground work than I have. My rented ground is not plowed ground because of the structure of the ground. So that's all going to get fertilizer, disced, and then planted right away. This stuff's all going to get fertilizer, disced again. Somebody's, why do you have a disc that big? So I can cover ground like that. Tractor's been really good. Discs have been awesome. We just had the little kinks to work out. Well, that is where I'm at. Yeah, I have done everything in an actual order. I know there's people in the comments and people have said, oh, don't listen to the comments. I'd like to explain, because if you're writing in the comments every video and you really don't understand what's going on. We're in the Northeast. A year ago today, I was planting corn and it was in a much better environment. I was much more prepared and ready. I didn't have to plow much ground. Manure was hauled, stuff like that. So it's not like I'm behind. There's a lot of people that have not put corn in the ground yet. They're taking grass off first and then they're going into it. I'm not looking for the quality on the grass as much. It's a little windy today. As much as tonnage to feed some beef cows out of it. So I'm not in a rush to take the grass off. But I'd rather have a bunch of ground prepped. Come this time next week, we'll probably be 75% done with planting. Yeah, so we'll be in a good place. I got 82 to 95 day corn. Somebody said, oh, that doesn't matter anything, you're gonna have 30% corn in the fall. What? No, that does matter. So we're in a good place. The low temperatures, the spring that jumped and then it got cold again, everybody thinks we're all behind. I still got grass that's growing that needs to grow some more. The stuff out there, but as we said, the neighbor, he plants a bunch of corn. He hasn't even started. Yes, it's silage corn, but I have a lot of friends that are in the Northeast that are planting corn right now for grain corn, and these are guys that they got big yields, stuff like that, so they know what they're doing. But alrighty, 2 packages did show up. Somebody in the comments previously did call it that I needed a jump pack just to make my life easier. Let's go see what we got. And then to close out my day, because I am getting a little exhausted, we've been doing a lot of tractor work, we're gonna get that unloader running on that side of it. And then tomorrow we got a surprise, so I'm excited for that. How you been today? You've been having a good day? Did you meet the neighbors? Did you chase geese around? Are you a good dog? You like riding the tractors? Yeah. We are back to making a mess in the shop. I just need a little bit of time to clean things up this morning, but we welded on the disc some. You guys didn't get much disc in action. You can only watch from inside the cab so many times, and me jumping out and things like that. That slowed the process down, and you know, we're all worried about me getting corn in the ground. Oh, I ordered jumper cables, so I had another set. That's what I did. Yeah, can never have too many sets of jumper cables, but this, honestly, I've never had a jumper box in my life. Like when I was in high school at Minuteman for the tech, we love jumper boxes. So I bought myself a jumper box. I figured that was a necessity. Instructions, yeah, you don't need that. But, alrighty, let's charge this bad boy up. Oh, it comes charged. Well, that's cool. We are gaining on life. It's got the car charger part. Okay. Well, we'll let that charge up a little bit. Yep. I guess so. Andy Horgan actually hit me up. He was watching the video just now. So today, when I filmed this, the broken plows, and he said Deere was warranting those back in the day because they had so many issues of them actually cracking. I got a little hidden secret or stash of plow parts now locally, so when I need something, I know where to go. He said turning with them in the ground has some effect on it, which granted, we got those plows are set up to be large field stuff like that, on-land plows, that's how they are. But they work great for what I'm doing, but some of the corners, probably not the best thing. But what really did it in was that plow having a crack in it and turning it sideways. So probably could have solved that issue ahead of time if I'd caught it. I just didn't know what I was looking for because I never had that issue. But yeah, that part, I guess, is a known deer failure part. That's what Andy Horgan just texted me about. Previously, we were up in the silos, and both of them, this one, the cable is not attached to it, which I guess is normal. We still have a light issue, if you see the flicker. This one, the cable's attached to. This is corn silage. This is haylage. Our whole panel is all messed up, so I don't like how dairy farmers, I know I used to be one, how we kind of jerry-rigged wiring. So I'm going to have the hazard boys in at some point, tell them, run wild with this, fix this, because this is not going to work. But I got, so that's up there. I should label this. That's this, and this one does not run. I think the capacitor is bad. It hums. I don't know what that is. We had the conveyor running the other day. There we go. That one's the conveyor. Okay. So they do run. There we go. I was wondering if that would work. So it's the run capacitor is bad on that, which somebody zip tied that onto it, which that's real great. Come on. So none of this is wired to anything for on off. I don't know what that goes to. So what I got to do is lower this. Yeah, it's going to get dusty. We should get our respirator. We're trying to survive. So that's good. We could at least get it unloaded before we got to actually mess. But somebody wired something over the top. Yeah, that frustrates me. So what we got to do is lower this down. And what we really should do. Yeah, there's supposed to be a cable that runs between that so that they turn together so that it moves everything across. So yeah, there's no, the weights are on there, but they're way up. So what we got to do is get a socket at some point, put that on so we can run them. Yeah, same with white. It goes upstairs. What are you doing? Moving here has honestly been the best thing for him. Like, he parties and does whatever he wants. There we go. So I'm going to do this for a while. And we're going to get it down. And then we're going to pick it up. And we're going to see if we can get that to run. That cable has been on there an awfully long time. I have a feeling I'm a long ways from being close to it. But we'll climb up and see. Yeah, long way from being close to it. Okay, if you guys can't see, well, let me pull this off. It's up there somewhere. Yeah, visibility's bad. We'll get in there once. Well, we gotta hook it on. Grab a bunch of chrome sockets, hammer one on. Well, clearly not straight, but all right, let's straighten her out a little bit. There we go. Maybe. That's a lot better. We'll have to actually put one on there. But I got sick of cranking that. That's a win. I'd have to say this thing's like half full, I think. I'm not exactly sure, but oh, I got one, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16 doors. But here's what we were looking for. So yeah, there's some weight. Take it there's no sinkholes being in here so long. There's some weight that was put onto it. Okay. Well, let's go back up them. We're getting our workout today. We're back, Yanko. Alrighty. Let's yeah, I don't know what I'm doing here, but let me push these all together again. There we go. Let's slow it down a little bit. We don't need to break nothing. Okay, I don't remember which one it is. Stuff's coming out. Nope, stuff is not coming out. Something happened. Probably belt came off or something. I honestly don't know why none of you guys told me I was lifting in the wrong spot. But the belt came off, we got that. So it did start working its way around. It's supposed to lift there. That's why I didn't have washers. I should have done some more digging, but motor hitch, or the motor U-bolt is to get the motor off. So we gotta get it lifted up. It was too far in the ground and didn't want to spin. Plus this door was open still, which it's gotta be shut for operation because it hits. So I know the visibility in here isn't great. Maybe we could get some lights in here, but I doubt it. So, alrighty, let me get down, close this door, pick it up, because these wheels got some weight to them. And from there, it should work its way around. So the issue I know I'm gonna have is this part spins around to eat. So it's gonna grab on that cable, because it spins the whole time. The only thing stationary is this blower piece, but we got to get it out of the ground to get it actually turning to walk, because rotten feed, it doesn't work. It's way too far settled down the sides. Okay, we got it working. So if we drop this a little bit, yep, more feed. Alrighty. Okay, hold on. Shut some things off. Issues we had. We're not exactly lined up. We need another tube. I might be able to turn that a little bit more. That was just tugged in. I was able to push it up. It should drop right in. Should run down there. I got a board. We got to take off the sled. Figure out how to take the sled off. And then I got a board so it will dump out to the left. I'm just giving it a go. Okay, so we got it all to work. It does work. There's a lot of rod up there. I got it ratchet strapped up there, and we got both of them. One for the corn, one for the haylage. We're gonna have to do a little bit of jerry rigging. Nothing too crazy. But if we actually knew what we were doing, we'd be in a better place. But the problem is it's not really spinning, especially. I'm gonna have to fork it and have somebody down here just watching it. So we did move. We moved a little bit out, but I think when we didn't move any to where we wanted to move it, but it's got to be a way to make it go all the way out. gonna climb up there and see. That was a gain. So we got it to work. We got to take that sled off. I don't know if I just got up there. There's no way of really, unless it slides all the way over and falls, comes right off. Maybe that's how that works. No. So we got to take it apart a little bit, but we got it to unload. We got conveyors to work. We're figuring it out. So tomorrow, ow, dang, that hurt. So tomorrow, I'll get some help. I'll climb up there, turn it on, see what it's doing. Probably move some of this rotten feed. That stuff really don't look bad. We got to get it circled around and get down through it and get to the good spot. So, alrighty. I appreciate you guys watching along. It's Friday. It's 8 o'clock at night. Tomorrow morning, bright and early, let's see what the planning tractor is. So, appreciate you guys, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Have a good one.